that he is doing in our lives. I give him the praise. I give him the honor. I give him the glory. And it is only through God that we are here, because in him we live, we move, and we have our being. Yeah. And I just thank him for what he's done. Are you thankful tonight for what God has done in your life? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I think my books and stuff is up here.
Work with it, Pastor. Work it. Work it. Work it.
Amen. Praise the Lord. God bless you. God bless you. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Before we really get into the word, I just want to let you know a little bit about sounding the alarm. This was a vision that was given to me by God. Actually, I was in the desert of Saudi Arabia during the first Gulf War, and God began to deal with me. I was watching a video. It's an old video. Watching a video of people, the second coming of Christ, actually. And I just began to weep. I was the only one in the tent. And I began to weep. But God began to speak to me right there. And right there I said, God, what can I do? What can I do? Because God, your people need to know that you are soon to return. Yeah. Hallelujah. They need to know, Father, that this is not a joking matter. This is not anything to play with. Hallelujah. Because God, it's real.
Yes, it is.
It's real. It's a matter of life and death. It's a matter of life and spiritual death. Hallelujah. And I just thank him for all that he is doing. Hallelujah. I thank him because when he gave me that, then he turned it into a book deal and, said, well, this is what I want you to do. He dropped it in my spirit to write a book. The book has been 10 years in the making. But it's all in God's time, because when I thought that the book should have come out, then it wasn't God's timing for it. It wasn't God's timing. I questioned, and then you know how it is. You begin to say, well, God, maybe I didn't hear from you right. Maybe this wasn't me. Maybe it wasn't you, but it was me. It was just something that I thought you said. But I know one thing. If you be faithful to God, he will be faithful to you. See, our time is not like God's time. Yeah. So we may think something may happen, it's supposed to happen tomorrow, when God is saying, no, it's for an appointed time down the road. Right. And so we have to wait and be faithful. Sometimes even in that, God uses that to show us, to see how, if we're going to be faithful to what he said or not. Right. Because, if something doesn't happen right now, then, most people nowadays, they want to give up. That this is what they call the microwave generation, where, okay, I'm going to put it in there, I'm going to press 15 seconds, and it's going to be done. Come on now. But even in microwave food, sometimes you press 15 seconds and you get down into the middle of it and it's still frozen. So it's not about what is happening right now, but it's in God's time. I'd rather be in God's time than to walk in my time and mess this whole thing up. I don't know what he's going to do, but I know it's going to be something big. This has been something that, and I've heard other preachers say, the longer the preparation, the greater the ministry. So whatever sounding the alarm is, it may be few in numbers on tonight, but I guarantee you, wait until the next time. Wait until 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road. You're making history on tonight. You're making history tonight. Not because we're just here, but because this is going to be the next great move of God. If I may be so presumptuous as to go ahead and prophesy that this is going to be the next great move of God. Why? Because we all know that God is soon to return. One day he is going to send Christ back. And whether we are ready or not, it's going to happen. So the thing is, yes, we are sounding the alarm on tonight. We're sounding the alarm because we need to get ready. I'm sure you and me both, we have loved ones, we have friends who are not saved. They may give all the excuses in the world, whatever it is. They say, well, I'm just not ready. Oh, it's just this one thing. Well, I got a girlfriend, I got a boyfriend. Whatever the excuse is. Come on. We all have someone that is always putting it off until tomorrow. Yeah. Well, you know what? We don't even know if tomorrow is going to come, because tomorrow's not promised us. That's right. The next not even promised us.
Hallelujah.
So what we need to do, we need to work while we can.
Yes.
Hallelujah. We need to go ahead and sound the alarm. From here on out, you are charged with a charge to sound the alarm. What exactly does that mean? Well, ru'ah means to split the ears with sound, to sound a trumpet or a shofar. Now, you know, since we're few in number and this is the start of it, this is the beginning, I'm just going to be open, I'm going to be honest. I can't be any other way anyway. Amen. But you know, I was envisioning the long shofar and making a loud noise and blasting and, you know, just going on. When we ordered the shofar and that one came in, I was like, okay, God, what am I going to do with that? And then, you know, the clerk, she was so nice. Y'all just bear with me for a little bit, okay? The clerk was so nice. She was like, well, maybe you can get a little kid to sound it, you know, to blow it, and, you know, it won't look so bad. And I'm like, oh. It was like, okay, I didn't have time to order another one to get the real big one. I said, well, God, we're just going to work with what we have. And the next time, you know what? Because it's not about the show. It's not all about show, but it's about what it represents.
Yeah.
And it represents a calling. People need to have their ears open to the calling of God. Because truly God is getting ready to sound an alarm. And trust me, my husband, he did his best. You know, he practiced on it. He only had about 2 weeks to practice on it, but he practiced on it. And he did his best to sound the alarm during that shofar. But when God sounds the alarm, you best believe everybody is going to hear it. Everybody's going to hear it. And unfortunately, the ones that are not ready, they're going to be the ones that's puzzled, that's hurt, that's left behind, as they said. But now in the Greek, in Hebrew, there are 2 words for sounding the alarm. The first one, like I said, was ru'ah. The second one is takar, to blow a trumpet or a horn one time sharply, to give a signal. Now the basic meaning is a sharp movement. And normally trumpets or the shofars are blown to summon the people. So that is when Joshua and Moses, when they summoned the people, they would blow the shofar. There's different ones, you know, it's not even important to go into which ones, because there are different blowing, different sounds, different signals, the blow the shofar, the tekaya, and all that. But that's not even necessary on tonight. The thing that you need to know is that it is a sharp signal to summon the people.
Come on now.
A sharp signal to summon the people. So that means there's something that we need to be alert on tonight. God is sounding the alarm. It's time to get ready, for soon God will sound his alarm. John was the forerunner of Jesus. So in essence, we too are the forerunners. Because we are here tonight. From here, you're going to take it back, I hope. You're going to take it back and sound the alarm to others, to help others hear the calling that God is placing on his people on today. Because God is calling his people, but only the ones that are rooted and grounded in God are going to be the ones who can hear. You have people all the time saying, oh, I hear from God. Yes, God talks to me, and me and God are best friends. You know, eight spoon coon and all that stuff. But the thing is, look at your life. Look at their life. They do not live a life that is conducive to hearing God. Because how can you tell me that you hear from God, God talks to you, and then in the next sentence, you cursing. The next sentence, you talking bad about folk, and you know, all kind of things, talking about what y'all did the other day. Y'all had a 40 and was getting high. How?
Come on.
But this is what's happening today. And today, people think that they can do anything they want, get a pat on the back, and be like, okay, well, I'm good with God.